All right, everyone. Welcome to today's charting session. Sa mga hindi pa po nakakaalam, what we do here is we typically look at either yung mga trending names, and by that, I mean yung mga pangalan na maaaring malaki yung ginalaw, whether to the upside or to the downside, or perhaps malaki yung value traded, or generally speaking, mas minamatahan lang po ng mga tao. Also, tumatanggap din po tayo ng mga chart requests. So kung meron po kayong mga requests, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Alright, so let's start off with MEG, no? Now, etong MEG, bumaba na tayo dito sa lower end ng range natin. If you remember before when we were discussing this, sabi ko, etong malaking area na to, yung range natin, and we just tried to segment it along the way, diba? Now, if you would allow me, I'm gonna readjust some of yung mga levels based on the current chart. So this should go here, and the reason for that is it has acted as resistance and support, diba? Resistance, support, and so on, no? So it's a pretty decent inflection point na nag-react na naman from there ang price. So we've come down, essentially tagged yung support at 2.91. This was from before, no? Binalikan natin halos yung mga lows na naiwan dito. Then we pushed higher. So overall, walang nagbago sa assessment natin sa MEG. It's still stuck within this larger range. And yes, we could trade it and treat it na parang segments, but overall, it's still moving sideways and it still hasn't decided exactly what it is that it wants to do. Kung let's say from here, mabasag natin yung 3.16, then yes, that opens up this range here from 3.16 to 3.43. However, at this juncture, ang dami na kasing choppiness na nangyari. So baka kahit na mabasag yan, hindi po madaling mabalikan tong 3.43 kahit pa sabihin natin na yan yung next level of resistance, quote-unquote. However, if from here we roll over and we break beneath tong 2.9 na area, then that opens up this range sa baba from 2.6 to 2.9, no? Which might be a more tradable range depende on what the structure looks like should it break beneath yung kakasabi lang natin na level. Next, pag-usapan po natin yung ABA, no? Now, itong ABA, from yung nag-high siya before, ang laki na binaksak niya. Bumalik tayo all the way hanggang around 80 cents, no? Along the way, nag-form tayo ng mga bagong levels. One here at 0.97 and another one around 0.87, no? So, itong 0.87, siya yung resistance dito, support dito, support dito, support dito, and so on. Now, let me zoom in a bit lang as we discuss this. First, we still need to understand na from this range, nagkaroon tayo ng breakdown, albeit very brief. So, pwede natin i-consider na nag-overshoot lang yung price dito. And now that we've retaken tong 0.87 na level, price might be stuck within this area here from 0.87 to 0.97 muna. Parang yung nangyari dito. Diba? If we can reclaim tong 0.97, then 1.05 po yung next level natin to the upside, followed by 1.10. However, let's say na hindi mag-hold tong 87 cents, binalikan natin tong 80. Okay? Number 1, it widens the potential range. Number 2, it lowers the potential range. Magiging dito na. So, dati ito, bumaba tayo. Pag bumaba ulit, maaaring hindi na siya overshoot. Nag-confirm na ito na yung bagong range. And if mabasag yung 0.80 after that, then we might come back and number 1, maybe revisit the gap from here, revisit the lows na mga naiwan from before, no? Or perhaps go even deeper and balikan natin yung area of consolidation from way back. Okay? So, konting ingat-ingat lang po, and those are the things that I'm watching out for dito sa ABA. Next, tignan po natin yung FNI, no? Now, I know na nagkaroon tayo ng strong drive to the upside. Hindi ko po muna iniwanan ng levels kasi ang laki rin ng rinitrace natin. In fact, in this candle here, even though price fought back and we pushed higher, we essentially retraced this entire move up. Diba? Yes, price didn't close there, but it did happen in one way, shape, or form, no? And usually yung mga ganyan, it's not the most bullish of signs. And if lumaban tulad nito, di ba nag-hold tayo, then we pushed higher, we expect na kapag patuloy yung bullishness is yung next few moves na makikita natin is lumalaban na to the upside. Unfortunately, in the case of FNI, patuloy po yung pagbaba natin, no? Parang we're channeling downwards. Baka binabalikan natin yung support dito around 2.5 or even lower dito sa 2.33. Okay? So, bearish scenarios muna tayo. If tuluyang mabasag tong 2.5 followed by 2.33, then officially na-undo na yung move natin, binalikan na natin yung range dito, and I think at that time, any further thoughts of bullishness will be one of the farthest things from people's mind. Okay, right now kasi medyo lumalaban pa. So yung mga bullish sa mga nickel and everything, syempre feeling nila it's still good. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know, no? I don't know, baka bukas mismo tumaas yan. Hindi naman po natin alam eh. As of right now lang, ang pinakamasasabi ko, hindi pa buo yung structure to indicate na, okay, nagbo-bullish na, okay, nagmo-move na tayo to the upside. Okay? Ano yung gusto ko makita kapag move to the upside? I want to see price reclaim tong 2.88 na area at bare minimum para maging mas bullish ulit. Bakit? Kasi siya yung previous resistance natin from before. In fact, when price started coming down here, hindi ba yan din yung nag-hold as support? Nag-bounce tayo dito, nag-bounce tayo dito, nag-bounce tayo dito, and so on. Yan din yung nag-act as area of support. So, in the near term, if bullishness is to return, then I want to see price start trading above this area once again. Kahit na mag-consume muna siya dyan, kahit na mag-ipon muna konti, mag-range konti, at the very least, it's showing signs of life. Kaysa na ganito na bumaksak tayo, nag-bounce, pero parang bawat candle, green man o red, pababa pa rin tayo ng pababa. Diba? Parang we're slowly drifting downwards. So, kung sakali man po na nakapasok kayo before and na-hit na yung trail stop nyo and nag-gain na kayo, first, congratulations, no? And next, wag po natin madaliin maghanap ng re-entry kasi so far, wala pang clear-cut na signs, wala pang confirmation. Kung naghahanap pa lang po kayo ng entry, same thing. Wala pa po tayong clear-cut na confirmation, so baka mas maganda mag-exercise po muna tayo ng konting patience, no? And then, if hindi na-hit yung trail stops nyo by some miracle, then just be sure to maintain your discipline para kung sakali man po na talagang kumbaga in the green na kayo, positive na, ay hindi po natin maibalik sa merkado yung karamihan or yung parte ng kinita natin. Next, pag-usapan po natin yung Bloom. So after this strong move up na nabitin, hindi tayo umabot sa highs from before. Okay, price has pulled back and undone this whole move. Pushed higher, nauntog tayo dito sa area na to. 'Di ba? Nagkaroon tayo ng pause dito, 'di ba? Nagparang swing low bago tayo nag-push higher. So diyan din tayo nakahanap ng resistance along the way and now we're rolling down again. If sa move down na to, mabasag natin yung low na nag-form dito which is around 6.13, then establish na ito na yung lower high, ito yung low, so we're forming a lower low and baka balikan natin yung support at 5.83. If hindi po mag-hold yung 5.83, then we might revisit yung swing low natin dito. That's at 5.65, followed by the next level of support at 5.29. Now, if we move higher naman, let's say mabasag natin to the upside, etong swing high na to at 7 pesos, and we start holding above it. If that happens, then baka balikan natin yung resistance natin at 7.37. And if mabasag po natin yon, then we might come back and revisit tong mga highs na naiwan dito na more or less, I mean, it's not textbook perfect, pero it kinda sorta looks like a double top, di ba? Of sorts. So if mabalikan natin yan, if mabasag natin tong 7.37, then we might come back and tag tong double top na naiwan natin when price moved higher. And then finally, pag-usapan po natin tong MPI. First and foremost, again, in the bigger picture, we are ranging in this very wide area. Diba? May mga moves up, may mga rallies pababa. But regardless, if we look at it in the bigger picture, we are ranging in this wide area here. In fact, a few days ago, or a couple of weeks ago, we almost came back and tagged yung 3.5 natin na area of support. No? We found support ahead of that level, and then we started pushing higher from there. However, pag angat natin, again, nakahanap tayo ng resistance dito kung saan tayo may consolidation prior. Now, usually, kapag ganito naka-choppy yung itsura ng chart, mas humihirap na i-assess siya ng mabuti kasi each segment na malagay natin, ang dami na talagang chop. Okay? Now, sa mga hindi pa po nakakaalam what I mean when I say chop, chop just means na talagang angat baba for no good reason other than the fact na hindi kasi kami desidido eh. 'Di ba? As a market, we don't want to move higher, we don't want to move lower, so we just chop around. Okay? Parang alam mo yun, parang nagsisisure ba? Nag-iinarte, it just chops around the area. So it makes it harder to trade, at least for me, pag ganito yung itsura ng chart. Bakit? Kasi mahihirapan yung price to move from one area to the next kahit na i-segment ko pa ng ganito simply because ang daming participants na na-chop along the way. Kunyari, sabihin natin bumili ka at 3.62, you were hoping for a push higher. In this case, you would have gotten it. Diba? Pagka kunwari dito sasalo ka support at 3.75, ito yung support mo, mapapastop ka eh. Only to find na babalik ka lang ulit do sa next segment natin at 3.91. Diba? And so on, no? Dahil ang choppy tignan nung chart, dahil ang choppy overall nung conditions, it makes it harder to ascertain na, itong level na to is more significant compared to another level simply because, honestly, kahit nagalaw-galawin ko tong mga linya ko, odds are they're gonna hit somewhere na seemingly significant na pwede nating sabihin na, parang inflection point dito, parang inflection point to dyan. Okay? Now, that being said, ano yung pwede natin gawin dito sa MPI? First, for me, I want to see it clear at least yung top bottom. So gusto natin nasa top half na siya nung larger range na to para lang masabi natin na, sige, baka pwede, mas bullish na and we can start looking for potential entries, no? I am not saying again na hindi pwedeng i-trade tong mga segments na to. I'm just saying it becomes harder. Okay? The next thing you can do is maybe time it alongside the index. Right now, yung index natin medyo nahihirapan din. 'Di ba? Parang hindi rin siya decidido what exactly it wants to do. 'Di ba? Is it bullish? Is it bearish? Parang ang hirap eh. Parang from one day to another, people have varying opinions. So, baka pwede natin siyang gamitin as confluence to time a trade dito sa MPI. Okay? But outside of that, to be perfectly honest, it's hard to chart this ng maayos na pwede natin sabihin na, okay, sige, yung plano mo dapat do X and go to Y, and then kapag nasa Y ka na, wait for Z and so on. Dahil nga sa lahat ng chop na naganap before. So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nakatulong po to sa inyo kahit konti and may natutunan kayo kahit papano. And if so, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!